got some love out there for Pete Davidson.
Yes! Thank you. Thank you.
Dude, welcome back. You look great, bud. Good to see you.
Thanks.
Congrats on Bupkis. I can't wait to talk about this on Peacock. It's been a year and a half since I've seen you.
It's been a bit.
It's been a bit. So
Yeah.
I'm happy you're back. So.
Oh, me too,
yeah.
man.
What have you been up to?
Well, we got the show coming out, and I'm also really excited. I've been watching like Ryan Reynolds over the last couple of years. Like every 6 months, he's just making like $1 trillion on something.
Yeah.
So I was like, I gotta do that.
Yeah.
So I had I just grew up with my mom mostly, and I had trouble, shaving my balls. Like I would always cut them because nobody ever taught me. I don't know, I don't know if someone's supposed to literally be like, let me show you. But no, I never had a father figure to be like, this is how you shave your balls. So I would always cut my stuff, and my mom knew because I used to live with her. She did my laundry, so she would just see, bloody underwear. And one, yeah, and it wasn't my sister's. It was mine. Hey.
Oh, wow.
Hey, come on. Hey, whoa, Jimmy.
Yeah.
Hey, that's Rodney Dangerfield for anyone in my demo.
Wow.
No, so there's this company. My mom one Christmas got me this thing. It's called Manscaped. It's she put it in my stocking, and she did it the way in a Christmas Story when they're like, I think there's one more present over there. And I opened it, it was these ball trimmers, and they're magnificent. Haven't trimmed my balls since pandemic. And I called the company, and they were like, we will do stuff. So I brought you one. It's a Manscaped. This is what I use.
Thank you very much.
You can use it for your face. I fully charged it. It has a flashlight.
It's got a light on it.
There's a light so you can see how awful your penis is. Not yours, just, and penises in general, terrible.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought, I just wanted you to have it. It's great.
That's so nice of you. You don't have to bring me gifts.
No, I got you one ordered for you, but it didn't come in time, so that one's mine. But I washed it, and I went to a barber shop, and I just dipped it in that blue, and then
I know that blue.
I put it in the blue stuff next to the Clubmen gel.
That cleans everything.
Yeah, it cleans everything.
That cleans everything.
Yeah. So,
gosh, I forgot what question I asked you, but welcome to the show.
Thank you, guys.
I'm so
thank
happy
you
you're
so
here.
much.
Pete, I've missed you, but this is exactly why I love talking to you. You're hosting Saturday Night Live next weekend.
Yeah.
This is what I'm talking about.
Very
This is what I'm talking about. Full circle, buddy.
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny. Lauren told me a couple months ago, but then this week they're like, as you know, the writer's strike might happen.
Oh, that's right.
So I've been working on this for 2-3 months, and they're like, yeah, well, we'll know Monday if it's happening or not.
It might not happen.
It might not, but I was like,
please take care of the
But
writers.
it just feeds. It sucks because it just feeds my weird story I have in my head. Of course that would happen to me.
They did that.
Yeah,
they struck.
of course.
Because they didn't want me to host
They didn't want me to. It's all about me.
Yeah.
So we don't know, but if it happens, I'm super excited.
Well, I hope
Uzi
there's
Vert's
no
the musical
strike.
guest, but it would be really cool. Little Uzi Vert.
Little Uzi Vert is fantastic.
Yeah, it's cool.
Are you nervous about hosting? What are you looking forward to seeing everybody again? The crew?
I'm terrified because I went there to hang out, just to say hi. There's a lot of new guys and gals, and everyone's they're very excited. Remember when you first get it and you're just like, oh my God, that's Jim Carrey, and then 2 years into it, you're like, that's Jim Carrey. No, he's the best. I'm just saying, you're like, oh, I have to be on my A game, but you lose the whole oh my God. You're like, oh my God, I gotta come up with a sketch where I'm dressed as a cucumber or something, So
I've done that sketch
But I
before.
went there. I stayed the whole show. That show it's hard.
Yeah, right?
I had a weird little gig there because I would just do my thing once in a while, and they would let me do whatever. But I was like, this show, you guys work really hard.
It's a lot of work.
I was like, I'm being more than one sketch. That's crazy.
When you're in there, though, yeah, exactly. When you're in there, if you get one sketch on, you go, whew, that was a lot.
Yeah, but I immediately got nervous though. I was like, oh, this is crazy.
Did Lauren call you to offer you to
Yeah.
Would you like to host?
I got the Lauren call. It was really cool.
How does that differ than the call telling you that you're on the cast?
It was exactly the same as it was 10 years ago. I swear to God, he called me, and he was like, I remember, he was very sweet. He was like, I'm not really sure what to do with you, but I believe in you, and let's figure it out. You know? Yeah, that was my get.
He's
like,
pretty,
for the S to like my big call ever. Like it was.
We're not sure what to
He's
do.
like, we're not sure, but I believe in you, and we'll see. And I was like, all right.
At least he's honest.
Yeah, honest, and he was right, you know. And then the same kind of call, he was like, I want you back to host, and you know, you've done it before, and the cast will help. So, but it'll be happy for you to be home.
That sounds so real, by the way.
He's the best.
That's not a joke. That's
the
exactly
best.
what he would say.
Lauren has bars. Lauren says like the coolest stuff ever.
Oh, I know. I almost wanted to just like. I have to bring a pen and paper every time I go out. 'Cause I'll say something.
One time, me and Lauren and Judah Miller, who created Bupkis with me, and Dave Cyrus and Jason Orley, great writers and director. We were all on a plane going to meet Pesci, and he just turns over to Judah and goes, here's some notes about Bupkis from 30,000 feet above the sky.
Wow.
And you're just like, that's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
How do you just say stuff like that?
He just has gems all the time.
I was so happy when I heard about Bupkis starting. I love the title, by the way.
Yeah.
Because you go, this is Bupkis.
It's whatever.
It's whatever,
That's
yeah.
what my grandpa would say when I was growing up. He would just say, you know Bupkis.
Yeah.
It means nothing.
It
in,
means
like,
nothing.
You know, Yiddish.
Your co-stars are Edie Falco and Joe Pesci.
How about that?
Buddy.
Huh?
Come on!
Pretty cool.
Doesn't get much better.
It's like a fever dream. I'm stoked, man.
Doesn't get much better than that. How'd you get them to do this?
I have no idea. Edie was shockingly just so on board from the beginning. We were so nervous.
But Joe kind of retired from acting.
Yeah, so Lauren, we were trying to find someone, and Lauren called and he was like, what about Pesci? And he said it so casually, like the guy works all the time, and you know, famously has only done The Irishman in the last like 20 years because he's, you know, he doesn't need to act anymore.
No.
And Lauren dropped one of his bars. He was like, all an actor needs is a good part. And you're like, okay, yeah, hang out with Lauren is like being in like a A24 movie all day. So where it's just like stings and like
funny.
jolts, and then like you're in an outfit and you're getting shot out of cannon.
Yeah.
It's crazy. He's a crazy cool man. So
What were they like to be around? I mean, did it up your acting game?
I hope so. I mean, that's why I was like, you know, this is an interesting to cast because I was like, you know, it's a specific show. It's about me. So like, if you don't like me, like that alienates like a lot of the audience. So I literally casted people that everybody loves. So,
That's genius.
so if you hate me, you're like, oh, there's Joe Pesci. It's fine.
No.
You know what I mean? You hate,
No.
Edie, you know.
I think we love you. I think a lot of people love you. Buddy.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, guys. I'm stoked.
Can I run through some other guest stars that's in Bupkis that you can check out? There's Ray Romano, Jon Stewart, John Mulaney, Steve Buscemi, Bobby Cannavale, Charlie Day, Brad Garrett, Sebastian Stan, Method Man. How'd you pull off all these?
I just called everyone. It's really weird. Like, a lot of people just don't talk to each other. Like, remember, like, we did you were so nice, Jimmy was nice enough to do this garden benefit we did, and they were trying to get, like, a list of people, and I was like, what about Jimmy Fallon? They're like, oh, I don't know how I can, possibly we could, I was like, his office is next to mine, I could, I was like, and he was nice enough and came out, so I think people don't do that much, and they should, because people want to work with people, so I just called people that I thought were cool and always were nice to me.
Ray Romano and Brad Garrett. It's like an Everybody Loves Raymond reunion.
Ray's the best, and he had a blast. And we had Ray in one of them, and at the end of it, he had a really good time. And he was like, I never would, ever. It's a horrible impression.
No, you gotta save this for Saturday.
It's not fair. It's like doing like a walking or whatever. It's just like everybody has a right.
No.
He was so sweet. He had a good time, and he was like, I love this episode. I love being in one. He goes, it'd be pretty crazy if I showed up in another. And I was like, do you want
me to write?
Yeah, I was like, I'll do it right now. He's like, oh, no, it's not my show. I'm just like saying, And then he did 3 of them. He's the man. He's the coolest guy. Also, check out his movie, Somewhere in Queens, just came out. It's murdering.
It's actually
so
fantastic.
Good.
It's great.
So incredible. I have one funny Pesh story for you, though.
Yeah,
I have one because Pesh doesn't. I'm very private about him because he's a sweet private man. But there's one thing I want everybody to know that. Yeah. So, he's very nice. If you're nice, he's nice.
Yeah. Course.
But he tries to keep to himself, unless you're a kid and you recognize him from Home Alone, and this is something he did. And I'm a big Home Alone guy too, so I got to see this. If there was ever a kid that noticed him as his character, he would go up to them and he would go, "Listen, kid," he goes, "you better be good to your parents this Christmas, because if you don't, me and my pal Marv are gonna come find you." Yeah.
Love you, Joe Pesci.
Yeah. And then, And then the kid would be like, oh my God, and then he would look back at me and go. That's Pesci, yeah.
That's Pesci right there. I want to show everyone a clip. Here's Pete Davidson and Joe Pesci in Bupkis. Take a look at this.
Yeah.
I don't want to do this. I know you don't want to do it, but who the would want to do it? But just do it. We're here. You want to ruin boys' night now?
No, what? Boys' night is over.
No, it's not
I
over.
took you guys out to dinner. We had a nice time. Roy got half laid. It's over. It's time to go home.
This is your chance to really do something for somebody, make somebody else happy. Steady yourself all the time.
Yeah, I meant like, I don't know, watching the game together, not helping your friend prostitute.
You could do it, Peter. Do it.
Roy, you sure this is what you want?
You'd be doing me a mitzvah.
Hey, Lorenzo, I know you don't want to do it, but just do it.
All right, come on, let's go.
There you go. Let's do it. Pete Davidson, all episodes of Bupkis will premiere on Peacock May 4th. More with Pete after the break. Come back, come back.
Hey.